You came to my postcard because you wanted the real. You want someone who's going to tell you with a straight face exactly how it is. So let me ask you something. Right now, there's an assistant who will work for you 24 hours a day. They actually will never sleep. They will never get tired. They will never complain. Matter of fact, they will help you build a business. They will write your email for you. They will plan your week. They are going to teach you anything you want to learn. And all of that for the price of $20 a month. How insane. And most people right now, they are getting garbage answer out of it. Not because the AI is dumb, but because they are talking to it wrong. I can guarantee you one thing. By the end of this episode, you are going to know the exact 4 letters that will flip the switch. Stay with me. God bless. Let's go.
They finally heard one in Cameroon. Came across the sea, found his feet on the field. Became what he believed. 6'5" and a dream. They said impossible. He put on the jersey and made it unstoppable. Ha! From the classroom to the field to the boardroom floor. He carries every setback like a key to open doors. While he takes his seat.
All right, you came to this podcast again because you wanted the real. So before we go ahead and get it started, I need you to throw away one word for me. Throw that word in the trash. The word is actually engineering. You heard that before. Engineering. Because when people hear prompt engineering, a little voice go inside their head, right? A little voice goes inside their head that say, oh, that is not for me. This is for smart people. That is like for the smart computer people. That is for people that are doing engineering. That is for somebody with a higher degree. Have you ever heard that? Has it ever happened to you? I need you to kill that voice today because I am going to show you exactly that there's no engineering at all in that world. At least there's not even a math. There's no coding. There's no degree. The word just sounds fancy. And fancy is a costume. Just like people put costume to look fancy, that is exactly how the word engineering is. We are going to go underneath that word and we are going to show you exactly how to demystify that word. So here it is in plain English, because as you know, when we come here, we got to keep it real, right? We got to remove all those complicated terms that maybe are stopping you from achieving what you want. So here it is in plain English. A prompt is just a series of instructions you give to an AI. I repeat, a prompt. You have heard a lot of people say prompt engineering. Replace the word prompt with instruction, because prompt is just a series of instructions you give to the AI. And prompt engineering, let me rephrase that. And prompt engineering is just getting better at giving those instructions, because you are looking for an output. You get out what you put in. I hope you remember that ad by Stephen A. Smith. That's it. So you get out what you put in. Your prompt engineering is just an instruction that you are giving to the AI to be able to get a certain output. That's it. The whole thing is like fancy and complicated. That's it. Just replace the word prompt. Just replace the word prompt by instruction, and that's it. I don't know why some people are trying to teach it and make it more complicated. So you need to think of it like this, right? When you walk, like when you are talking to a person and you explain yourself clearly, you get a better answer, right? You get a better answer because you explain yourself clearly, and that is the exact same thing here with AI. You are just learning to explain yourself clearly to a machine. In this case, AI. It can be a ChatGPT or a Claude AI. It can be Perplexity. But you are just learning how to explain yourself clearly to that AI, and that is going to be able to get ready and give you exactly what you are asking for. So from now on, every time someone say prompt, hear the word in your head, instruction. And every time I say prompt engineering, hear giving better instruction. Simple. We are not going to make it complicated. As a matter of fact, this video is going to be short for that reason. I just wanted to demystify the word prompt engineering, right? Because a lot of people are getting caught up caught up by it. So here's a wild part. You are already doing this, or you have been doing it. You are not starting from zero because you have been doing this. If you ever type me a poem, or that was a prompt, when you say type me a prompt, or I don't know, what is the meaning of this? That is a prompt. It's just not maybe specific or clear, but that is a prompt. Or you have said, help me start a business. That was still a prompt. Or fix this sentence. That is still a prompt. You are already in the game. Now we just need to coach you exactly how to ask it better, because you just never knew the name of it, right? You just never knew that what you were doing was what we call prompt engineering. We are not teaching you something that is brand new or that is out of this world. We are just going to make you I'll make you good at it, or make it the good thing. We are already going to make it good we are going to make it good what you already have been doing. Oh my God, that was crazy, right? That was insane. But anyway, let's go. So here's the mistake almost everybody makes. And once I show it to you, you cannot unsee it. So stay with me, because I'm going to show it. So most people talk about AI the same way they talk to Google. And that is a mistake, because they are talking to AI just the way they talk to Google. You might as well just go and ask Google that same question, because AI is pretty much going to provide you almost that same answer. So think about how you use Google. You type like 3-4 words, right, best plantain chip, or how to lose weight, or Google. And Google usually will hand you like a list of blue link, that says like, here we go, or dig in, or those type of thing. That is what Google will do. AI is not Google. This is one thing you need to know. AI is not Google. AI is not a search box. This is not a search engine where you just come and type an answer, type a question and get an answer, right? AI is more like a smart assistant that is standing right in front of you, ready to do the work, but only if you tell it what to do properly. Let me prove it to you, right? So, say I want to learn something called SEO, search engine optimization, right? So the Google way is I will type 2 words like, what is SEO? You type what is SEO, right? So you type that into an AI, you know what you get? It will be a dry, boring textbook world of the world, right? So it would just be a dry, boring textbook word, just like on Google. So you read 2 lines, your eyes glaze over, and then you are like, man, let me close this app. You learn nothing really from it. But with AI, it's different. So now, watch what happened when I talk to the AI the right way. I say something like, act as a CEO, as a SEO director with 15 years of experience. I'm already giving something called the context. Anyway, we can talk about it later. So act as a SEO director with at least 15, 20 years of experience. I am a complete beginner. I know nothing. Explain what SEO is and how it actually works in a simple language like you are talking to a 12-year-old. Use real example. And when you are done, ask me a question to make sure I understood. That is an example of a prompt engineer. You see, there's a lot more detail in it. There's a lot more context into it. And now the AI is going to engineer it to a way where you will understand, and it will ask you questions at the end. Why? Because you gave it a good prompt. You didn't just say like, hey, explain to me the word SEO. Like, when you're doing the Google way, you really don't learn. But when you're doing the AI way, it get into the context because you are asking it a series of instructions, right? You are actually giving a command, you are giving a context and all that. So that is exactly how you should be talking to AI. You feel the difference, right? So same AI, same exact machine, but now I gave it what I gave it a job to do. I told it who I am. I am a complete beginner, right? I told it exactly what I want, right? I wanted to explain it to me like if I'm a 12-year-old boy. And I also told it to check on me at the end because I wanted to make sure that I understood, right? I wanted to check on me at the end because I wanted to understand that I understood. So the first version give you a boring Wikipedia page, right? And the second version yeah, it gives you a personal SEO teacher who works for free. The only thing that happened is what uh the only thing here that happened was how I talk to it, right? Because it's the way I phrase my question. That is called prompt engineering, right? So the way I phrase my question and I asked and I gave the instruction. That, my friend, is the whole secret. And there's nothing complicated about it. And now I'm going to hand you the hard formula, right? So in prompt engineering, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. So and I'm not going to make you memorize like 100 rules, right? So I just want you to remember one principle, and that principle has to do with four letters. I need you to remember this four letter: RCIA. RCIA. I want you to write it down or write it in your hand because once this is in you, you will talk to AI better than most people are there. Remember, people are acting like AI is this old thing. AI is not old, man, because AI came here, ChatGPT AI came in 2022, I believe. So as you guys see, we are in 2026. It's only been 4 years now. So AI is not that old, and people are still trying to grab their head around it. And the first thing that they need to learn, anyone needs to learn, is how to talk to an AI. That's it. That is the beginning, because most people are refusing to learn that beginning. So write this in your head or write it in your hand in a book somewhere, the RCTA, right? And I'm going to explain exactly what that means, because once this is in you, you will talk to AI better than most people who have been doing it for years. And here's how, and here is what the four letter means. So you have the R. What is the R? Remember at the beginning, I say act as a 15-year-old SEO director. That is called giving it a role. You need to give the AI the role. That is what the R stands for, right? So tell the AI who to be. I want you to act as a marketing director. I want you to act as an SEO expert or director. I want you to act as a professional photographer. I want you to act. You get what I'm saying, right? So you need to act as a copywriter or act as a lawyer. Act as this person. So you're giving it to a role. So now when it's writing, it assumes that role in order to get you better answer on what exactly you are looking for. So the second you give it a role, it stop being generic, right? It stop being all over the place like Google and things like that give you things with no context. Because with AI, now you can have a context. You can start thinking, you can make the AI start thinking more like an expert, right? That calls you forward and changes everything, right? So you have the R in the RCTA. So first one is the role. Now, the C is what we call the context, right? So the context, tell the AI about your situation. In this situation, I said, I am a beginner. I am a beginner, right? So you need to explain to me like a 12-year-old, because I am a beginner. So I run a small plantain chip business in Texas. So that is an example that I took based on myself, right? So you gave it what we call the role. Now you are giving it the context, so you understand exactly what you are trying to achieve, right? So I got no money for, when I say I got no money for art, it's true. I don't have any money for art. So AI understand that, okay, how can I best serve this person? because this is the challenge they are facing. They do not have a money for art, and they are running a small plantain chip business. So the more context you give to the AI, the more answer you will get, or the more answer it will fit your life, right? Instead of some random stranger life, it will be actually about your life, your situation, right? So now the T stand for the task. I'm probably sure that you get it, right? The T stand for the start, and this is what is going to happen. So you tell it exactly what you want. You don't sugarcoat it. You say, write me 5 caption, or build me a meal plan, or explain this step by step to me. Sometimes when I'm doing my prompt engineer, I say that ask me question one at a time and wait for me to answer before we move to the next question. Like that, you are more specific, right? You are more specific when you do that. And then the AI in turn will go ahead and ask you question one at a time because you gave it that specific instruction. So prompt engineering has to be simple for you. So we are still on the T, right? The T, which is standing for the task. You have to be specific. Don't be shy, right? So, you know, a lot of you are like too polite to with the AI. You are scared to boss it around. Like, don't be. It's a machine, right? It's a machine, right? The AI wants to hear orders, because once you give it order, then it takes what? Action. Use action. Write, build, explain, fix this for me, create this. AI will do that. And then the last one, as you guys know, is what I told you that the context was RC. R was for role, C was for context, T was for the task, and now we have what? The A. The A is the ask. So tell the AI, ask you question. Like I just said, actually I was ahead of myself, right? So you need to tell the AI to ask you question, and you answer those questions one at a time, right? You end your instruction with, ask me a question if you need more information. You pause and boom. Now the AI is a real partner. Now the AI feel more like your friend. Now the AI understand your context better. It will start a conversation with you instead of just dumping one line answer onto you. It will actually start a conversation with you, and it will actually answer your question, and it will ask you question. That was it. That is the whole concept of the R, which is the role, the T, which is the task, the C, the C, which is the context, the T, which is the task, and the A, which is the ask. The asks allow you to have better conversation with the AI. So let me put the whole thing together live, right? So you can you can watch this. So say something like I sell my plantain chip. As you guys know, I have Camel Crunch. By the way, go online and order you some at camelcrunch.com. You know, hey, brother, man, I'm making a free video. I might as well put my product in there. It's the best plantain chip that you will ever try. It's made with olive oil, Celtic salt, and all those good stuff, right? Natural ingredient, nothing, no preservative and all that. But anyway, that's enough. If you feel like you have been craving the crunch, go ahead on camelcrunch.com and order you some plantain chip. But let me put this whole thing together and watch this. So let's say I'm selling my plantain chip, and I say that it's made with olive oil, and I'm just getting started, and I barely have a budget for art. So here's like some type of instruction that I will give to the AI. So I will say something like, act. Remember the role. Act as a marketing expert. That is the role, right? So I sell homemade plantain chip with olive oil, and I'm just starting out with almost no money. Again, I sell my homemade plantain chips made with olive oil, and I am just starting out with almost no money. That is the context I just provided. So I gave you the role, act as a marketing expert. And then I gave you the role. Now I say, give me 5 low-cost ways to get first 100 customers. And the AI will do that. Give me the 5 low costs, right? Because I'm saying that I don't have any money. So give me the 5 low cost ways to get my first 100 customer. That is the ask. And if you need more details about my business, ask me first. That is the ask. So I gave it the task, I gave it the role, which is for it to act as a marketing expert. I gave it the contest. Hey, I'm just starting and I don't have any money. That is the contest. And then I gave it a task, like, hey, give me 5 ways that I can reach my first 100 customers. And then I gave it an ask, right? So if you need more detail, ask me more question about my business, before it can go ahead into generating whatever it has to generate for you. So, and anybody, I say anybody out there can do that exact same thing. That is not complicated, right? So that's why if you need more explanation, if you need to do this better, I actually have a workshop coming up on Saturday. So please tune in, because once the workshop is here, don't miss out. So I'm going to put the link in the comments so you can join the workshop. It's free, by the way. It's free because I'm building a platform. I'm trying to build myself. So free knowledge, right? And we can actually engineer this together, the RCTA, role, contest, tasks, and acts. So we can, in my workshop, do that. So let's come back here. So anybody, like I was saying, can do that, right? So there's no engineering anywhere, as you can see, right? You are just being clear with the instruction that you are giving to the AI, and the instruction right here, there will like get you a better business answer. And most people, what I just explained to you, most people, even with a few years saying that they are using AI tool, they are not able to actually do it properly, right? They are not able to give it a role, a contest, a task, and an ask, right? So a lot of people are still using it like a Google. They are using Claude AI like a Google. They are using ChatGPT like a Google. Perplexity, those are like the main, LLM, large language model. That's what it stands for, AI tools that are out there. So now let me save you some pain. Let me give you the 3 biggest mistakes I see beginner make. For example, they make one line that I already explained to you, right? They are being too short, like, help me build my business. That is vague, right? That is not enough. You don't have a contest. That is not just going to do it. The same like the mistake number 2 is like skipping the role. Like, they do not give the role. So if you don't give a role to the AI, what happened? You get a generic answer. That simple as that. And mistake number 3 is, and this is actually the big one, giving up after one answer. Like, they just try one thing and that's it, giving up. We call it helplessness, when they just feel like they cannot be helped. So don't be that person, because after watching my video today, I told you that you were going to be guaranteed to learn the ways to which you can now start writing your own prompt engineering or instruction engineering, if we can put it like that, right? So don't get scared by the word prompt engineering. So listen to me on this one. The first answer is almost never the final answer. That is one thing you need to know. The first answer is almost never the final answer. If you don't love what the AI gave you, you don't start over and you don't quit. You just talk back to it to make it shorter, make it funnier. Try that again, but for a younger crowd. For a younger crowd, it is a conversation, not a vending machine. It is a conversation, not a vending machine. You can actually go back and forth as many times as you want until you get it right, right? Most people leave gold on the table because they took the first draft and ran with it. And that is not going to be you, right? That is not going to be you. You are not going to leave gold on the table and just run with the first answer you get, right? So at least not anymore, because maybe before this podcast, you were doing that. That is not going to be you anymore. All right. I am not going to leave you like empty-handed, grab a pen or just rewind this part later, right? So here's a copy and paste instruction that you can use to learn literally anything. And I want you to pay attention. So you take this as my free gift, right? So You need to tell it something like this: act as an expert in XYZ topic, the topic that you are looking for. So act as an expert. You can even say act as an expert teacher in XYZ topic, in marketing, in film making. Act as an expert teacher in, like I said, and then I am a complete beginner. You are giving it there now a contest, right? I am a complete beginner. Teach me step by step in a simple language with real example at the end. Teach me step by step with real example, right? So you are giving it a what? Like act as an expert. You gave it a role. Then you gave it a constant. A contest. I'm a complete beginner, right? And then you say, teach me step by step in a simple language. That is actually the task that you are giving it, right? The instruction. So teach me step by step. Step by step in a simple language with real example. At the end, ask me the question to test if I understood. That is the ask, right? So that from there, you can already use that to go ahead and learn anything. So act as an expert in XYZ field. I am a complete beginner. Teach me step by step in a simple language with real example. At the end, ask me question to test if I understood, right? So that is something that is very simple. Now, just drop in whatever you want to learn: cooking, real estate, credit, marketing, anything you want to like. Drop it in that prompt, and you have got a personal teacher on demand. You have got yourself now a personal teacher on demand. There is the formula. That formula is going to be working right now in front of you. It will give you a role, the contest, the task, and the ask. Now, here's your homework. And I want you to take my homework seriously. I'm not the teacher, but hey, my job right now is to at least spread the knowledge, right? So here's your homework, and I mean it, because reading doesn't change your life, right? Doing things will actually be the one that actually change your life. So it will take you about 10 minutes, right? And you can just open up an AI tool. It can be ChatGPT or whatever AI tool you are. Take that prompt I just gave you, fill in your own details, something that you've been wanting to learn, some field that you've been wanting to learn, and send it. And then when the answer comes back, talk back to it. Talk back to that AI tool. So tell it to change something. Watch how it responds. This is how you learn. You learn by doing. At least that is how I am. I don't learn by just reading or listening. I have to actually do the thing. So do that one time and something will click. You will stop being scared of like AI. It's not that complicated. And you will start seeing it for what it really is, right? You will start seeing AI for what it really is. And the most powerful, most patient, most affordable assistant you will have ever had in your life until this point, right? Maybe in the future they will create something that is even better. But this AI tool, this assistant will actually be working for you. And all of that is just $20 a month if you pay for like one of the Cloud AI, ChatGPT, and any of that. So it will only be like $20 a month. And it will be on your team. It will be on your side for $20. So that is your homework, man. Go ahead and practice out there. Learn by doing. Don't just leave it. So let me actually leave you with this, right? So when I came to this country from Cameroon, a lot of you guys already know that I'm an immigrant, right? So when I came to this country, I didn't know how to have conversation with people. Why? Because my first language is French. I didn't have money. And plenty of people had like big words, like big title, and it made me like feel very, very small. But I learned something I will never forget. I really learned something I will never forget, because here it is, and I want you to tie into the AI. Most complicated things are just simple things wearing a fancy costume.
It's
the most
10 hours.
complicated things that you can think of are just simple things wearing like a fancy costume. A prompt engineering is exactly that. a simple thing in a fancy costume. And now you have seen underneath it. You have seen, you have learned the role, the task, the contest, the task, the acts. You have learned it. You have seen it. You know the secret. Role, contest, task, acts. That is all. That is all there ever was. That is all prompt engineering is. In the next episode, we will take this skill and use it to actually build your very first real thing. Because a lot of people are using this skill and creating web application. They are creating your application. They are creating a website with it. They are creating their personal assistant. They are creating AI agent. I'm sure that you have heard it before. And that is something that in the next episode, we can go ahead and do exactly that, bro. So I'm going to let you with this line, right? So if this opened your eye, I just want you to share, subscribe to my channel, share with one person out there that really wanted to hear a step-by-step, something that is very explained in a simple way, so that maybe they can take advantage of this, right? This is Stefan, man. Stay blessed by the Most High. Let's keep this thing going, because AI is not here to live, is here to stay. The sooner you get on this bandwagon, the sooner you start learning AI, the better your life will be. I am Stefan, and I coach people how to leverage AI tool to go ahead and create businesses, start a business, create web application, create website, and all of this because I want people to spend more time with their family. So that is how you buy your time back. God bless and peace.
Then finally heard one in Cameroon came across the sea, found his feet on the field, became what he believed. 6'5" and a dream, they said impossible. He put on the jersey and made it unstoppable. Ha! From the classroom to the field to